So you probably already heard the news that Jynxzi actually dropped a podcast with Sneeko. The one that Sneeko was complaining about, the one that I made a video about a couple days ago. He actually released it. And it's a meaty one, that's for sure. So the podcast is mainly about Jynxzi asking Sneeko like personal questions a little bit, his ideologies and like controversies. And when I tell you that Jynxzi did a way better job than I expect him to, he did an amazing job. So it starts off with Jynxzi asking him a question about his like accountability and whether he truly can talk about certain things. And Sneeko just, as always, gives a really bad answer for it, you know?
Okay. I mean, but do you think, and now, like, I'm not saying you're right or wrong, but do you think you're in a place of, like, being able to say, like, do you feel like you've done enough research to where you can honestly give opinions on that?
Well, I mean, at the same time, what do they say that about the celebrities that are getting paid money to promote it? Like Michael Phelps, for example, he's getting paid by Pfizer to promote it. Was he in the labs verifying the ingredients, or did they just give him money?
No, but I think it's the same principle in school of thought. Like, if I feel like only like people that are like doctors or like professionals should like talk about it. That's like I don't talk about shit I don't know about because I fucking know about it. You know what I'm saying?
So Jynxzi started off pretty strong there with a really strong question, kind of mopping Sneeko off his feet a little bit, just making him feel kind of stupid, asking him a very simple question, which was, do you think you're like reliable enough? Do you think you're smart enough or know enough about these kind of things to be talking about and spreading misinformation? And he clearly isn't smart enough or doesn't know much about it because all he does is spread information. That's kind of his job, but he doesn't care. He really doesn't care. He just cares about viewership. You know, I think a lot of people do, but sometimes you should do it to an extent, and Sneeko just doesn't care for that extent. And yeah, Jynxzi just called him out on it, and I think it was an awesome question, honestly.
Agents. A lot of these people, and especially that guy with the horns and everything, that guy was encouraged to do that by former federal agents. That was one giant psyop to make Trump seem like the bad person.
So Sneeko, how do you know this?
Because the footage was released 2 years later. A lot of that footage was not released at the time because if you actually asked the people that were there, they'd be like, yeah, it was fine. You know, we were just there to support Trump and everything like that. We think the election was rigged. And then on the news, they made it seem like these people, these rancid people were like barging in through the White House. But people, they weren't supposed to listen to that because that was all censored and you were completely deleted like me if you.
So my face was kind of like Jynxzi's there after he said the whole psyop and 2 years later thing, because it's kind of like confusing, because how can you not believe a live footage of something that happened at the time, but you can believe a possibly edited video 2 years later that was released to you? And obviously, if you ask people at something that they did bad, hey, are you guys good? You know, are you good people? Obviously, they're not going to incriminate themselves and say that they're bad people. I think that's just very dumb to say. It doesn't give you any like backup at all.
Son, I'm really surprised you believe in this stuff.
Oh, dude, I think censorship is like one of the worst things ever, unless, you know, it's a threat to like society. You know what I'm saying?
When does it become a threat to society?
That's a great question. So I think
when you're advocating for violence?
No, I think, wait, what'd you say?
When you're advocating for violence?
Yes, oh, my bad, I just said no. Yeah, when you're advocating for violence, or like when you are literally pulling shit out of your ass, when you're like slandering people.
Literally?
Like when you're, okay, not literally like pulling shit out of your ass.
Right.
I mean like.
That should be censored.
Yeah, if you're saying stuff you don't have any knowledge about, I mean, actually no, you should be able to do that. When you're advocating for violence is where I draw the line. Mm-hmm. I think you can be a fucking idiot on the internet.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you.
If I want to yap about the vaccine, I should be able to.
Like.
So Jynxzi went on the topic about censorship and what his idea is of censorship, and he made a pretty base statement, honestly, that you shouldn't really be censored unless you're harming people or causing bad ideologies such as like neo-Nazism and misogynism, Sneeko, and, you know, racism, all that fun stuff. But, you know, yeah, Sneeko is definitely a part of that group, and he definitely deserves to be censored in a lot of ways, especially because these companies are mostly privately owned. And they can do what they want. Sorry, Sneeko. It's just how it works. But you don't spread good information at all. You influence people to be worse people and men to hate women. It's weird. You had little kids say F woman, bro. Interesting, fella.
It's not true. That's just not true.
So do you believe in like brain
Chemical imbalance? No, I think that's.
You don't believe in chemical?
That's another giant psyop, Jynxzi. Come on, man.
You believe chemical imbalances are a psyop?
You think that you can catch sadness like it's COVID? You can't just catch I'm sad. That's not how it works. There's circumstances in your life. There's a reason that you're sad, and you got to figure out why. You don't just randomly, you're just chilling, all of a sudden roll over, and then something's wrong with your body. That's not the case. And
now this is where they get to the topic with depression and the chemical imbalances, and Jynxzi ends up asking Sneeko if he even believes in a chemical imbalance, issue with depression, and Sneeko straight up says that it's BS, that's a psyop. But I find that really funny because I'm pretty sure if you went up to him, which he has claimed many times, and you said that there's only two genders, social genders, that he would go, oh, but there's an X and Y chromosome. It's almost like they use science just to back up only what they want to believe. But as soon as science goes against what they believe, then it's all baloney. Also, X and Y, yes, do exist, but they're not the social gender, identification for people. So what is it, Sneeko? What do you believe in? Do you not believe in science? Do you believe in science? Like, what's your problem? I think it's just really weird how he just constantly says BS for a lot of this stuff, but he doesn't really give any like good reasoning. He doesn't give any statistics, doesn't give any data, no forms to back him up at all. Jynxzi just overall did a great job. And I only got to about a couple of those clips. There's a lot more clips that that are on this podcast. And Jynxzi actually mentions later on that Sneeko seems like he's clip botting, whatever, clip something. I don't remember what it was. Clip farming. There you go. I remember. Sorry, I have a little bit of a stutter problem, but I try my best to speak normally. I've had to take a couple retakes. Look, man, I just hope this gets out there, and it's a fairly well received video. But anyways, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I think the podcast was great to watch. I watched it with my girlfriend actually, and it was very enjoyable in both ways. That Jynxzi was great and Sneeko was horrible, and it was a great balance in terms of that. You had one person that was yapping the whole time, and the other person that was just making that other person feel stupid. But anyways, hope you guys have a great day. Keep spreading love and care about yourself first and foremost. All right. See ya. All love.